Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comics channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to review The House of Slaughter #1. And before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into this thing. All right. So, as we can see, we have The House of Slaughter #1. This is a spin-off from the series Something is Killing Children. I've only read the first trade, so I have no idea if this is going to be like easy to tie in or not, but we'll figure it out as we go. But this is by Tinian, Bromdell, Deladera, Sheehan, and Muerto. So we start off here. We got a deer. He's in a trap with his leg. We see the main character, Aaron, comes up and shushes him and says, "Don't worry, I won't hurt you." Pulls off his mask. Now, with his mask on, he's pretty freaky looking. We see his name is Aaron Slaughter, and he's at his hunt lodge. He sees some actual monster sign on the tree and on the ground, puts his mask back on, and we cut to him as a boy. He's training for his first actual monster hunt. This is not a real monster hunt, but he is being stalked by something we don't know. It looks like he's going to lose because it catches up to him as he falls down. And then it turns out it's three girls wearing white masks. So in this world, apparently there are black masks and white masks, and I'm not sure what the difference is, but I'm sure we'll find out later on in the series, or we've already figured that out from Something's Killing the Children. But I don't know anything about any of this. But basically they're setting up that like the Order has this school for kids, and they train these different masked kids against each other. At first, it looks like Aaron here is not going to do well. So he's actually able to capture them and hang them upside down with like a trap he set. And so it looks like he's got the upper hand. One of the girls does escape, but they stop the test before anything happens. So we see these two women here. They apparently are the trainers of each side. So the girls with the white mask were being trained by this woman named Celia, and Aaron is being trained by this woman named Jessica. We see the two women arguing about how Aaron isn't ready for a real monster hunt if he can't handle these three white masks. Basically they don't want these kids to just be fodder. One thing that's a little confusing about this is we cut to the past and the future without like them saying it anymore. They said it the first time, they said 15 years ago, but now they cut to the future. You're just supposed to know because he's got his mask with the teeth on it and his cane. So if you picked up on that, then you're like, okay, he's still following the monster. He's apparently got a spectral helper here that helps him find the monster, who's like an owl or something. So they're just tracking the monster. So then we wake up back in the past again, and Aaron is now talking to, thinking to himself about how that training session went. He's calling himself stupid and everything. And but Jessica comes in to bring him some cake to say like, hey, you did okay, don't worry about it. She does give him a pep talk saying like, basically you died in that training session or you would have died because you weren't thinking. You were anxious when you were setting the trap, so it failed. You were cocky when you shouldn't have. You should have just gone for the kill. And basically they're just talking about like, I guess these people have like, they want to be very stoic. They don't want to have feelings or anything because feelings throw things off. So they go out of their way to kill all their feelings so that way they can be better killers. And then in the middle of them talking, we get the introduction of a new character. His name is Jace. He's a white mask who is apparently from New Orleans, and they're making him bunk with Aaron. So he's not very excited about that. Obviously, white mask, black masks don't get along traditionally, and they kind of set it up like that on purpose. But they're making them bunk like that because Aaron has such a big room, and they don't have enough room in the white mask areas, I guess. So Aaron, who's trying to be a good sport, just walks Jace around and shows him the house and where they train, where the computers are, where the library is, all that stuff. So then we get to this area that's got a staircase that goes to somewhere called the Dragon's Keep, and apparently it's against the rules to go up there. But Jace is like, fuck it, let's go up there. And so they do. And while they're up there, they hear things about Jace. Basically, he's like some kind of chosen one or something. I'm not exactly sure. But just little tidbits here and there, they're kind of peppering in to make it seem like he's special or something. And then Aaron starts yelling behind Jason, and then we see three white masks that have caught them in the attic. I'm gonna leave it right here. I don't want to spoil the rest of this issue. Yeah, it was an intriguing issue. I will say I don't know. I mean, I don't know that much about this series, so I kind of followed it. It was a little bit hard to figure out what's going on in some parts, but I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, basically, they're kind of just setting up the rivalry between the masks and then also like the history between Jace and Aaron, and that's somehow I'm assuming going to tie into this hunt that he's on now in the future. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I liked the setup and like the rivalry between the masks and stuff. That was cool. So overall, it was a pretty good starting comic. The writing was fairly solid. The art was good. But it was still kind of like just like we're starting out this new series, so here's a bunch of kind of starter information. We don't get much from there. But seemed pretty cool overall, especially if you like the Something is Killing the miniseries book. Apparently that's like super popular, so a lot of people read that. So if you read that, I'm sure this is in the same vein and you want to know what's going on. I'd say like if you're coming in fresh, like more like I was, and you don't know anything about it, you can still pick this up and follow it going forward. Obviously, you're a little bit behind on things like what's going on, these people killing monsters and whatnot. But if you just know that there's people who kill monsters and that there are monsters, then you can go from there because they're not introducing too much of that yet. But yeah, I'll give this one a 3.5 out of 5. If you're reading the Something is Killing the Children series already, you might as well pick this up because it's just furthering the story and it was pretty solid. If not, your mileage might vary as far as whether you liked it or not, or whether you got what was going on. But if that seemed interesting to you guys, definitely check that one out, and we'll see you guys on the next one.